I think this is going to be the best match of the night. Easily, in my mind, these guys are both hungry. We've seen these guys match up on Monday Night Raw. We've seen these guys match up on SmackDown. We've seen these guys battling over who was going to fight John Cena for the United States Championship. We've seen these guys battling for title shots against Seth Rollins. We've seen them mixed up in different tag matches. We've seen them mixed up in different three-way matches. We've seen them fight themselves. Easily, you can tell that Cesaro and Kevin Owens are both two of the biggest stars that are rising in WWE as of right now. Cesaro is one of the guys that got knocked by Vince McMahon during the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast about guys coming up short when reaching for that brass ring. Easily, you can tell that Cesaro is a great wrestler. He's been a great wrestler dating back to his PWG and to his Ring of Honor days. He was easily one of those guys you could tell that was going to get picked to become a WWE guy, and we thought that the road to becoming a star in WWE wouldn't take as long as it has. He shot through NXT, developmental, FCW, whatever you want to call it at the time, but it seems like he's just sort of got stuck. You know, different things that he's gone with have looked like they were going to work really great. He was doing the King of Swing. He was in the All-American tag team with Jack Swagger that looked like it had future tag team champions written all over it. He got into the tag team with him and Tyson Kidd, where he actually did win the tag titles, and either through mishaps or just the writers dropping the ball or the injury to Tyson Kidd, he hasn't found his way, but easily you can tell that this last push that Cesaro's been on has been real. Kevin Owens is going to be having a big weekend, SummerSlam weekend, of course, SummerSlam. He's going to be wrestling at the NXT show in Brooklyn. Well, I guess SummerSlam's in Brooklyn too. But NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. He's wrestling in the main event against Finn Balor. He's trying to get his NXT championship back in a ladder match. So, I mean, that's pretty big. There's a few wrestlers on this card. Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Kevin Owens, they're all going to be wrestling twice. And for WWE, even if it is for their developmental brand, booking a guy on two big shows on back-to-back nights doesn't get done all that often. And you can tell that they really have faith in this guy stealing the show. And I believe this is the match where you can tell that Owens and Cesaro are for real. They've both had coming out appearances in the back. Cesaro has won big matches. Of course, Kevin Owens is going to be remembered as being the guy who beat John Cena in his debut match at the Elimination Chamber. But this is going to be really, really good. Basically, we've seen, Kevin Owens. He's sort of that guy. He's not to that main event level, but, his whole gimmick is that basically he is a prize fighter. He fights, to get wins, to rise his stock in WWE, which gives a better life for him and his family at home. We've seen him walk out on matches with Cesaro, basically because he had other opportunities. It's like he is paid to show up big on the pay-per-views, and that's, what he saves himself the most for, to the point where, Cesaro has called Kevin Owens, basically saying that his Fight Owens Fight shirt should say Walk Owens Walk. Definitely you can tell that this is going to be the budding future of WWE. I think this is going to be the one match you can point your finger to at the end of the night, saying this is probably the best match of the night. When it comes down to it, I don't know if they're going to be able to say Kevin Owens loses both matches of the weekend. I don't see him beating Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. He's a guy on the main level, on the main roster in WWE. Him carrying around the NXT title doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So I don't see him winning the Finn Balor match. But then I really think that Cesaro is the guy that's going to pull out the victory here at SummerSlam as well. As long as these guys are locked up together, we're going to be getting great guaranteed matches. So one way or another, I think that we're both going to be the winners. But to put your money on Cesaro, I think that's where the win's going to be.